Alright, so I think just pressing new game after you die might crash the game. I'm not really sure. Try to be a little bit more controlled this time. I should just swap my ring out. Oh, this is actually really good. The XP is nice here. Well, I didn't really take notes on what my XP was before. I should break my golem. What my XP was down in the hive, but they'll die so fast here, I think it'll be worth it. It's a good belt, but that's a low durability to have. Oh, there we go, even more XP gain. It's kind of unfortunate to have lower resistances. Lightning resist. I'll try it, but I don't really like losing too many spell levels. It's just makes things go a whole lot slower. Now, luckily they're not warping over. Oh shoot. That's a shame. Oh well. Okay, somehow they got triggered. What? I don't know how they would get triggered. Oh, that's what it was. It was me running away. It wasn't actually something I shot. Alright. It would be handy to have seeing here.
Cannot get there from here. Not enough mana.
Ooh, elixir strength. There we go. Oh, whoops. Alright, it's not bad XP. I think I started at 20% before I started that Abyss level. Oh, da, 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 da. Oh, I feel so slow without fast casting. Yeah, maybe I'll try no faster hit recovery, but faster casting. See how that is. who's in here. No, there was nobody.
Greetings! Greetings!
Here's another news on the Discord. Poseidon managed to do the difficult mode, crazy mode, insane mode. I keep forgetting the name, but he did it with a sharpshooter. And I don't know how he managed to not get absolutely wrecked while doing that. I saw the fight and it looked like he was down to his last potion when he did it. And I don't really know if he was able to do it because acid arrows are that strong, or I just saw like the last 2-minute clip of it. But oh shoot, there he is. There we go. Actually, using this little this little bone spike is actually working pretty good at blocking the apocalypse. Well, the only thing is that I don't really do much damage to him.
I do not have a spell ready.
There we go.
I have no room. I cannot carry anymore.
It's not a bad belt. I guess it's not really as good as this one though, so I won't keep it around. Magic resist is actually pretty decent. little parlor trick actually costs me a lot of mana now. Just warping on top of them and casting a lightning nova or a fire nova pretty much brought me down to like 50 mana with just one cast, so I got a bad feeling that strategy just isn't going to be as effective now with fastest casting. And you could just sit there and hose them for like, you know, a quarter second. They're basically dead, or will probably be dead. So. There has been talk about a Hydra that would cast different elements and who it might belong to. Frankly, I'm kind of worried about that. It's not like a huge worry, but it's just one of the things where it's like the damage on Hydra and like what it does, the utility that it provides, is so good already that if a class, I don't know, they were talking about like bone damage, physical damage, blood damage, like pretty much damage that can't be resisted. And you know, some classes having access to that Hydra or a holy Hydra, and it was just, I don't know. Hydra's a really powerful spell, and it's what makes fire enemies like really, like Fireball is really good, but I mean, you know, Hydra gives you maximum protection with like almost no effort. You can do like Uber Butcher. I could probably do Uber Butcher right now just because of how much space it gives me. It would take forever, but I mean, like, it could be done. So I don't know. When like, if you think of like Holy Bolt, like, man, my DFE is bad. So yeah, if you give it to something like Holy Bolt, which is always supposed to be, well, not, I shouldn't say always, but it has been the crux, the Achilles heel of the mage for a long time. It's really, really, like, mages are very weak against undead enemies. And in some sense I like this because, you know, that build that has like 56 spell levels and all they do is cast elemental, it's like, yeah, it's kind of cool, but at least it has some weakness. You know, you can still deal with undead threats, but you have to be a whole lot more careful instead of just, you know, casting elemental at everything that is off the screen. Doesn't. 23% XP, or about 1250. I should probably keep an eye on how much experience I'm getting. Alright. Yeah, I don't have enough mana to make it back when I do that now. Didn't I just kill these guys? What? Yeah, there's a lot of them in there. I didn't realize. But I guess like all these fears about, you know, mages being too strong with against undead and things with that Hydra spell, it's probably more than likely gonna be too powerful because of fastest casting. I know that's, you know, it is so far my favorite thing about the mod, but I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be too strong. And I mean, it's fun to use, but like I just have a feeling that that's gonna propel Mage so far ahead that it'll be like super OP. It's not like it's a big deal because eventually like balance will come, but I don't know. I guess Holy Hydra would be kind of decent. I wouldn't mind it in some ways. Like it's more ways to use Holy Bolt, but if it's gonna have physical damage, I feel like it really shouldn't do much of any damage. Just kind of like an alternative. It's not so much, you know, something that's meant to be used kind of like Fire Hydra, where you can really just cheese Diablo eventually. Like once you start getting like 8 Hydras. Before it was even more ridiculous. The perk, you could have a whole lot more. I think the hardest thing is just finding ways to reuse sprites for spells, because if there could be a way to reuse certain sprites, and Mortar seems to be really good at coloring things now. He's made so many different color variations on characters, like classes, like their outfits, their weapons, and all that. I feel that, you know, you could redo some things like Inferno. Like Inferno is one of those spells that gets forgotten late game, and you know, maybe you can recolor that and make it deal holy damage. I don't know, things like that. Even lightning. Well, I guess lightning would look a little goofy, but trying to think what other spells that are just kind of like sitting there not being used. Maybe like Bone Spirit. Well, Bone Spirit is pretty much just like elemental too, so that would be just OP. Mm-hmm. I guess if you did lightning but with like kind of a yellowish tinge, you could maybe, you know, that might look acidy. Like Rain of Acid or Poison Cloud, different spells like that. It just, you know, having the electricity would feel weird. You probably have to, you know, there might be a change in sound to make it feel more authentic. Oh, Wizard Cape, I didn't even identify that.
I cannot carry anymore.
But I don't know, I feel like it has potential. There's different spell like animations that could be used. How much XP did I get? Oh, that was nice. It was like 32% for that level. And I mean, just taking off this Embryon brand I thought was suicide, but it actually felt okay. I'd have to do some mix and matching, but honestly it feels pretty good. Still get decent experience that way. Can probably, if I push hard enough, I could probably get to like 38 by the end of today. I do have the whole day off, but oh yeah, I was supposed to test this out. What gives more experience, the flat or the percentage gain?
Good day. How may I serve you?
Go. Okay. Debating if I want to make a new game and just keep doing hell runs or going down to the abyss. Kind of want to keep it in the abyss or maybe in like Doom mode. Doom mode seems like it's got pretty good experience. Actually, I might want to try Doom mode. I am only level 35, but I got max stats, so maybe it won't be so bad. Let's try that. Can't see the screen.